Hi, I'm Scions, and here's the Blizzard news you missed while you were at work. Like it or hate it, Diablo Immortal has been a huge financial success for Blizzard Entertainment. Blizzard reporting that they have made over $100 million in mobile player spending. The top three countries are the United States, South Korea, and Japan. And speaking of money, a player has spent over $100,000 of their own money into Diablo Immortal only to find that they are locked out of Battleground matchmaking because their MMR is too high. Season 3 has begun in Diablo Immortal, which includes some small updates like the Season Pass and in-game events, but they've got some bigger updates that include some new gameplay features and more free storyline. And some exciting news coming out of Diablo 4. Internal beta testing has begun, and Diablo 4 is reported to be on track for release in 2023 and will feature crossplay and cross-progression. A new book titled The Book of Lorath, telling the story of Lorath Nair, who may be replacing Deckard Cain in the Diablo 4 storyline, will be released on April 18th, 2023. This may signal an actual release date sooner than anticipated. Activision King has released their second quarter financials. The report states that Activision Blizzard has announced a higher than expected revenue, mostly due from Diablo Immortal, and reports Overwatch 2, Dragonflilght, and Wrath of the Lich King Classic are all scheduled to be on time and released this year. World of Warcraft has announced a variety stream on August 24th featuring 4 known Warcraft celebrities competing in several contests to include who can level the highest in an hour, a scavenger hunt, and a foot race through Azeroth. The prizes included for the viewers are game time, mounts, pets, and special surprises. An in development secret World of Warcraft mobile game, codenamed Neptune, has been canceled. It was a joint project between Blizzard Entertainment and NetEase. In Wrath of the Lich King news, Wrath of the Lich King will be available to players on September 26th of 2022. That's this year. Get in there, create your Death Knight. You can still have only one. Boosts will be available, but you can only boost one character, and you cannot boost a classic era character. And don't forget flying in Wrath of the Lich King, as you can begin flying at level 77, and here's the details. To learn cold weather flying, you must be level 77 and know expert riding or flight form for druids. When you're ready, head to the following trainers to learn. Hyra Snowdown, who roams Crassus Landing in Dalaran. Hyra also offers the Tome of Cold Weather Flight, which allows your alts to learn cold weather flying at level 68. Roxy Ramrocket at K3 in the Storm Peaks. And finally, Pilot Vic at River's Heart in Shalazar Basin. Season 4 of Shadowlands has begun, and it comes with some changes. We have faded raids and 8 refurbished Mythic Plus dungeons with a new affix called Shrouded. As a reminder, your 8 Mythic Plus dungeons are as follows: Hazavesh Streets of Wonder, Hazavesh Solia's Gambit, Mechagon Junkyard, Mechagon Workshop, Upper and Lower Karazhan, Grimrail Depot, and the Iron Docks. Let's take a look at some item levels for completing Mythic Plus dungeons and faded raids. As you can see here, if you complete a Keystone level 2 dungeon, the end of the dungeon item level is a 262 piece of gear. The Great Vault will give you a piece of 278 gear. However, if you go down to the bottom and you finish a Keystone level 15, the end of the dungeon will reward you with a 288 piece of gear, and the Great Vault will give you a whopping piece of 304 gear. Here's an example from Sepulchre of the First Ones, showing players what they could have had versus what they can have now in faded raids. If you look at the raid finder, you could get a piece of 239 or 246 gear. You can now, in a faded raid finder, get a piece of 265 to 272 piece of gear. If you go down to the bottom, Mythic Sepulchre of the First Ones did indeed give you a 278 or a 285 piece of gear, depending on the boss. Now faded raids gives you a 304 to a 311 item level piece of gear. Rolling into Dragonflilght Alpha, we are currently in week 4 of testing. We are now testing the zone of Valdrassus, which features the new hub city of Valdrakken, where the dragon aspects call home. Players concerned over World of Warcraft not listening to player feedback in the Dragonflilght alpha and beta processes seems to have subsided, as Blizzard has diligently been working on class trees to include the warrior, the mage, the hunter, the shaman, the priest, the rogue, and evoker. All of those talent trees have begun to receive reworks and will continue to be reworked in the alpha and beta as the process continues. Players are upset over the Drakthir soar ability. The soar ability allowing Drakthir to jump up in the air and then soar like a dragon. The original speed was 930%. Blizzard has since then diminished the speed to 640%, and this is their reason. Soar is important to the identity of Drakthir. From the outset of the design process, we knew that Drakthir had to be able to fly in some form, even if we didn't know the specifics until later. But soar is also a racial ability and was never intended to be a massive efficiency or performance improvement over other races. These two goals are somewhat in conflict. Make soar fun and fulfill the fantasy of being a flying creature, but don't give one race an outsized advantage across large swaths of the game. We found while playtesting these changes internally is that the speed change didn't diminish the fun of the locomotion mechanics. The engaging control system, gameplay of conserving momentum, and challenge of navigating obstacles are all still present, while also rewarding skillful use of soar with being able to travel faster than epic flying mounts. This hits both of the goals nicely. Drakthir can engage in the dynamic, immersive locomotion of dragon riding, but aren't able to blitz across a continent in half the time as other characters. That's all the news that you missed this week while you were at work. Don't forget to catch my live streams on Twitch 5 days a week. And please like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell right here on this YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.